who received 53,806 votes to defeat Jenrick, who got 41,388, succeeds Rishi Sunak as the leader of the opposition party. Now, what this means is, if this lady and her party make enough argument, convince the voting public in the UK, this lady may just become the next Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. That is still another bridge that we have to cross. But for now, she is the leader of the Conservative Party in the UK. Origins are Nigerian, born by Nigerian parents, but born in the UK in 1980. So she's, for all intents and purposes, a British citizen. For all intents and purposes. But the origin is Nigerian. Heck, her name is Kemi. You see how online a lot of people are celebrating, oh, Nigerians once again are dominating. My question this morning is this. In fact, it's twofold, if you ask me. But let me give you the main question. You see, now that you are all, or most people are celebrating another milestone achievement by a Nigerian or a person of Nigerian descent, how important is it so for somebody to be born in a place before they become a leader? Basically, how important is one's place of birth in leadership position? No, we must vote this Ikwe man. No, we must vote this Yoruba man. Oh, we must vote this Esako man. It must be. It must be. Somebody is about to become, someone has just become the leader of a party in the country different from her parents' country. I wonder if that could happen here in Nigeria.
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeriainfo FM. Nigeriainfo, let's talk.
And now, hello Port Harcourt with Jude on 92.3 Nigeriainfo.
How important is your place of birth for you to become a leader? It's my quick question. 08179230002, 08179230003, 08179230002, 08179230003. My 2.3 Nigeriainfo. Hello, Port Harcourt. Good morning.
Good morning, Jude.
Good morning, please.
Amadi Patrick and calling from Afare.
All right, I have a minute for you, Amadi. Go on.
Yes. It's very important to be a leader where you are born, because if you are born in a place, you are a grounded, rooted man in that place. You are on ground. And that is why you must be a leader in a place where you have been born, because you know all the roots of that place.
Okay, Amadi, let me ask you. Let's say in the next 5 years, one of your friend's son who was born in Kaduna, but his father is from Afara Echeo, but the son was born in Kaduna, now comes back home and sees the suffering of Afara Eche, bring his friends and his businessmen, and they are changing the landscape of Afara Eche. And he now says, I want to become the local government chairman. Would you vote for him?
Yeah, but he's not on ground now.
How is he not on ground?
There's no ground because
wait now. How is he not ground? He has come back home. He has helped build roads. He has helped build schools. He now says, you know, I want to be here and help and make sure this thing continues. You say he's not on ground. You don't want to vote for him?
If as you asked me, because if you must be a leader, you must be a grassrooted man to know what the people are passing through. Before you come to build that road, maybe it's an information I was given to him. Now look at what
Patrick, you still have not answered my question. If he says he wants to run, would you vote for him?
We will vote for him. Based on that performance we have seen at that time. But we'll be looking at him.
We'll be looking at him.
We'll choose somebody to be giving him the information on ground.
wait, hold on, Mr. But before I let you go, all the other leaders that you've had in Afara Eche that you have called several times and said, oh, they're not doing well, were they not on ground?
So what? I didn't hear you well, Jude.
All the leaders that you have voted for from Eche, were they not on ground before?
There's no leader that is not on ground that we have voted. All the leaders we voted in Eche are the people that have been in Eche local government and they know all things we are passing through in Eche.
All right, thank you very much. We'll be back after this break.
The show continues after this break on Nigeria Info.
Hey! Repairing your
Says if they have seen the way he has done things, they will vote for him. There was a sense of hesitation. Did you sense it? Or was I the only one? Now, it's interesting because we get a lot of complaints from Eche. I'd like to, last year in particular, we did get some stakeholders from Eche into this studio to talk about why there seems to be a very poor level of development in Eche, the entire Eche LGA in particular. Now, if what he says is true, that you have to be on ground, you have to be, for you to be a leader in the place, you should be on ground. That means you must be born in that place. All the leaders who have come from there, were they not born there? Did they not live there? What, in all honesty, can the people of Eche say of their representatives that have been there for, I don't know, the past 2 decades? I'm only asking an honest question. I'm not trying to cast aspersions here. Just asking a question. If we can look across the pond and see Kemi right now being the head of the Conservative Party, and we're celebrating it, why can't we celebrate when someone rises to a position of power here? We are very quick to remember the place of origin. Before I go on to the next call or maybe read your messages because we have the headline news coming up, how many of you remember that very embarrassing story of a judge in one state like that in Nigeria? She got married to a man. They moved to the man's own state. She was there as a judge. She served judiciously. And then as the things occur in life. There's no vacuum. Nature abhors vacuum. She was meant to become the head of the judiciary in that state. Some of you remember this story. And then they now remembered that, oh, she is not from this our state. Oh. She is from another state. But she is married to a man in that state. In fact, what befuddled me back then, it wasn't even the argument of, oh, she's now married to a man who's from that state, so she deserves the benefit. No, it was just the fact that they didn't see it as fair that somebody who's not from their state by birth should now become the head of the judiciary in that place, to now become the chief judge or something. I don't remember that story. You don't remember it? Oh, okay, all right. Just ask your older ones, you know. Let not be that once again this man called Jude has now been giving you people gist, and the gist is not gisting well. Headline news coming up right here on 92.3 Nigeria Info. And trust me, I'm impressed about the comical twists to some of them, and not surprised as to some of the responses. But that's why we have conversations like this. Now, to be part of the conversation, the numbers to call 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003. Once again, 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003. At Nigeriainfo, PH at Nigeriainfo. PH is where you will find us on Facebook and on X at Nigeriainfo. PH at Nigeriainfo. PH. Our WhatsApp number is 0809 030 6416. 0809 030 6416. My question this morning is this: how important is one's place of birth in leadership positions? Must you be born in a certain place before you can become a leader in Rivers State, in Enugu State, in Taraba State? Is it really important where you were born? Yeah, Let us have a conversation, shall we?
The views and of Nigeriainfo. Let's talk.
With Jude on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
Victor's on the line from Rumokrushi. Victor, good morning to you.
Okay, good morning.
Good morning, please.
Your question. The reason from my own opinion is this. To allow you to born from there and become a leader there means that, first of all, you are talking about this is leadership. So you must have known, because before you be a leader in a particular environment, you should be able to know the people, their culture, their traditions, things they forbid, things they know. You should be able to interact with them.
Fair enough.
To be a communicative leadership, you must grow from there. You must have attended most of their functions. You know how they do. You know a lot about them. So that's how I see. But there are two particular tribes I know too very well that is not possible. No matter if you like, even make your mama from there. As far as you have a panel from there, I'm not sure you can be a leader at that very environment, especially in Igbo land.
So that's the question. Why is this so important? Look, I think on a certain level, so that I don't sound like I am a naivete, or I was just thrown into the Nigerian country about 2.5 minutes ago. No, see, to a certain degree, I can understand the call for having homegrown leadership, right? To have somebody who was born and bred, who is a quote unquote a son of the soil. I can understand that, right? But what I don't understand, right, is when people are from diverse systems coming together, why that particular issue is so heavily leaned upon. That's what I don't get. Is this the best person for the job? I know this is a conversation that has been had 1,001 times. People talk about meritocracy, right? Not being pursued in this country, right? Some would even say, well, on some level, and some sectors, it's a kakistocratic type of system where the worst set of leaders are available to do the job in one government space or one local government or one company. It's that kind of mentality. But it's not just here in Nigeria. It happens even in the West. Oh, you hear people make other tales. Oh, they're not from here. They're immigrants. We don't want immigrants. Yeah. Over the years, we've seen the immigrants come through, become leaders, hold positions of power, do great things. And some of them were not necessarily born there. Anyway, let's hear from you. 017-923-0002, 017-923-0003. Jude, good morning. Let's not talk too much. It can never happen in Nigeria. We are too tribalistic and sentimental. Even if that lady does very good in the UK, then comes and says she wants to stay in Imo State, for example, and wants to be a local government chairman, she will never be accepted. Wow. That was very certain of you. Never be accepted, you say? Now, some people, this is on WhatsApp, this is from Anonymous, says some people think that their tribe or state of origin makes them superior. The other day, I saw a post on Instagram and the writer was going for the likes of Donald Duke and Leo Moke, former governors of Cross River State. The writer's grouse was that they picked women who were not from Cross River State as their first ladies, but that when they married out, they were treated as second-class citizens because they are not from their husband's place. And I was too irritated because it demonstrated why the men they mentioned did not pick them. Onari Duke is from Bayelsa, and according to interviews I've read, she met Donald when she was a Jambite and he was involved in student unionism. They became friends, eventually dated, married, and had children. But after she had listened to his hopes and helped him build his dreams while building his own career, he's supposed to fake amnesia and then throw her away because she's not from Cross Rivers? Or Imoke, Imoke was supposed to suddenly remember that his wife, Obioma, is an Igbo woman when he entered government house? Someone that had been with him for long, whose profile was also considered before any godfathers backed him? And these women, when their husbands were in office, reportedly complimented the men well. Do you know what it is to help a man build while building yourself? But some chick who cannot reach the level of those women, even in their own right, are seething because men fell in love with women who complimented their dreams, didn't choose sex and vegetable soup over their dreams or futures. It's mind-boggling, really. It really is. But, thank you very much. I like the example of Donald Duke and his wife, Onari. So, because his wife is not from Cross Rivers, we should not take this one. No. We should not. Just imagine if the people were as myopic as that. Just imagine. Once again, this is not to say all traditional rights should be dispatched, should be forsaken. No, I understand that. Okay, yeah, if you're from Esako, it would be good to have the chief who's from Esako, who lives there, who grows there, and everything. I understand that narrative. But I have not been to Esako, my village, in nigh on 20 years. And so, because my mother is from another part of the country, you now tell me that I want to go back home and I want to try and help things happen there. You now say, no, you are not on ground. But I have the know-how, I have the resource, I have the connections, I have the network to make my place good. But because I'm not quote unquote on ground, I don't know if okay, maybe, I don't know. Back to the phone lines. 017-923-0002, 017-923-0003, facebook.com/NigeriaInfoPH, facebook.com/NigeriaInfoPH. Same thing with X, that's former Twitter, at NigeriaInfoPH, at NigeriaInfoPH is where you'll find us on these platforms, and I would love to get to hear from you this morning. My 2.3, good morning.
Judy.
Yeah, yes, please.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I was talking with you before we interrupted about the announcement.
Oh, okay. Good morning. Who's this, please?
This is Patrick.
Oh, Patrick. Okay, welcome back. Welcome.
Yes, from a friend.
Okay, go on.
As I was telling you, that if we let any person that is not, that is the dream boy in that area, that it doesn't stay in that area, we manage to elect that person, and it's not the demand of the masses. Are you with me?
We'll listen to you.
Because if you're on ground, you will know what your people need, and you also know when they are in need for you to let them wear. Somebody who is outside that comes to do something in his community, that is the obligation you have to do as a citizen of that place. Does not mean that because of you have done something, I have given the credit for it, for which to elect him. That is his place, and is what he will do for his people as one who is up on that place. So you must be on ground for you to be a leader in that place, for you to lead well. That's my contribution. I'm only Patrick from Africa.
All right, thank you very much. So let me twist this question, all right, and present it in a different light. Same issue, but in a different light. Now, we have all seen our leaders, elected leaders, over the past few years. All of them. You all know them, right? I want to ask, if we have a bright, young technocrat who has spent maybe 10, 20 years in China or in Sweden, wherever, but not Nigeria. But he's from, let me use my village, he's from Esako. His parents are from Esako. He visits once a while. He now says, you know what, Jude, let's go back to Agenebode. Let's go to Esokui. Let us carry the knowledge we've learned and change our community. The only problem with this, my friend, is that he's biracial. His father is from Esako, but his mama na Russian. So he looks Oyibo. In fact, he's Oyibo. Let's say the way we like to say it. Let's say his genes are so strong that he is literally a foreign-looking child. Do you think that friend of mine and I, do you think we'll win the election in Esako? Please call me and tell me. Alozie from Ada George. Good morning.
Good morning, Jude.
Good morning, Alozie.
Good, very interesting conversation. You permit me to segment the answer into three places. One, I was explaining from the cultural angle. Two, the democratic dispensation we find ourselves. And three, the need for us to change this perspective of holding culture as against what people are practicing today in their abroad. Now, let me start in the traditional aspect. In my culture, we have a deity we call the Amadioha. And that deity, we have a particular family that worship that deity. Even in that whole time, if you are not born in that family, you don't have any business to do to become the chief priest
of that place,
that particular deity.
Okay.
That practice is still today. No matter how achieved, how sophisticated you are, how you have the leadership charisma to uphold that particular offer, if you are not born from that family, you cannot assume that position. That is in cultural aspect. And in this same tradition and culture, there are some skills in our land that is hereditary. If you like, go and study traditional course, if there is such course in university. A man who finish only in standard 6, if he's coming from the royal home, he will become your king. That is an African man, that is our culture. Now, in democracy, you and I know that democracy is about the population. Those in the north, let's say, for example, we perceive for them to be the most in population. Okay, let's come down here in River State. If you talk about Echie local government, talk about Obiapo local government, and that of Kana local government, you see all these places, what first that will come in your mind is population. Now, in democracy, before you win any election, you will first consider where the vote, where the population is coming from. If you are coming from the majority, like what is happening today, they will say that the governor is coming from the minority, yes. Now, if you come for Ikwere and Echie, they are minority based on population. That is another angle. Now, the last angle of it is, if I am born in a particular place and I've been there for years, I have the people. Now, Africans should start, particularly Nigerians, we should start looking beyond, he is the free son of the soil. And elect people or choose leaders who understand the needs of the people, those who know the plus and minus they will do to foster development in each of the society they find themselves. Not doing this compassion crazy. And that has been the issue we have been retrogressing as a nation. You see some persons, they will come because he's my Oga. They will now do the compassion crazy. Now leaving people who the people will give the mandate to rule them. So it's an issue we need to start to raise the sensitization, and I'm happy for this topic this afternoon. We should start to look beyond persons. We should start to look for persons, individuals, not
anointment and using positions that will bring development for the people as a kind of compensation to whosoever is loyal to you or what. So it's a call for concern. We need to start to recognize people on their capacity.
Thank you very much, Alize, from Ada George. So there's an interesting comment there. But let me go back. We have 5 minutes. Let me go back once again to my question. So Jude has a biracial friend. We are both from Isako. Let's say it's his mother that is from Isako. And because he has spent 20 years over there in, let's say, Switzerland, he's not coming home. He says, Jude, I want you and I to go home. Let us go home and fix our flooding issue. I have the technology. I know people who can help us. We can bring in investors and we can make Isako East the pride of Edo State as we have dreamt of. So we go, we build those roads, we help, we bring contracts. The local government people, they like us. So see what these young boys are doing. Okay, after we do this for about 3-4 years, then my friend now says, please, I want to come under this party. I want to run for the councillorship position. I want to be the next local government chairman. Myself and Jude, we want to become local government chairman. But the only problem is, he has spent 20 years in Switzerland and he doesn't speak Isako very well. His Isako is not very great, but he's a technocrat. He can do the job. 90.3, good morning.
Jude.
Hello.
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can. Good morning.
Yes, you have missed your question, and that's why I'm giving you an answer. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you, please.
You have missed your question, and I'm a party.
Okay, go on.
From my friend, you observe a traditional marriage. Now that lady is being born from a chair, but live in London. They come back home to perform tradition. You observe her solo perform in the stage.
Oh, really?
That woman, can you hear me?
Yes, go on.
In a traditional marriage, they are not brought up in that area. That woman will not know how to dance. To perform the tradition.
Okay.
Are you hearing me?
Yes.
Unlike somebody who doesn't stay at home, he wants to take a leadership or I want to contest an election. The person will not rule well. He will not rule well.
You sure?
Yes. The reason is that he will not know what the people need. The only thing that he will do is to bring somebody who is grassrooted in that area to be with him. He will attach that person with him for him to rule. And the time will come because of he has power. He will not allow that person to tell him. He will say, after him and the chairman. He will make the area up because the power has been given to him. We will give somebody who is on ground a leadership. Unlike that we had a power back when the Chelago government, as we have a chief of staff of the Chelago government, Chief Keto Perokwe, promise one pop. That man is a grassroots personality in the chair. And that's the reason why anything that's happening in the chair, you will see him come on ground with grass. He speaks a chair very well.
Okay.
You know all the culture in the chair.
So if the man cannot speak a chair, or if the woman cannot speak a chair, they will not vote for him.
How will you vote somebody that doesn't speak a chair to that local government?
But he knows what to do. That's the big question. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Well, let me read these comments. Now, good morning, Jude. This is a very crazy thing going on, and we can make any significant progress as a people with this kind of mindset. I am from Benue State and my wife is Igbo. When I wanted to marry her, some of my people tried to discourage me, citing future political ambition as their reason. Yeah, really. According to them, our politicians who married other tribes didn't do anything for our people, so they decided that they won't vote for such people anymore. I ignored them and went on to marry her, and I can tell that I am not regretting at all. Really? They discouraged. Wow, it's amazing the things I learn every single day on the show. Anyway, thank you, as always, for joining us on Hello Port Harcourt. News comes up your way in 5 minutes.
Stay with us. Nigeria Info.